Shifting our focus now, it's a historic day in Brussels and a charged one in Eastern Europe. Finland has joined the Western Military Alliance as its 31st member. Finland gained entry to NATO in a special vote at the headquarters. The Finnish foreign minister handed the accession document to the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who then declared Finland a member.
I'm tempted to say this is maybe the one thing we can thank Mr. Putin for, because he once again here has precipitated something he claims to want to prevent by Russia's aggression, causing many countries to believe that they have to do more to look out for their own defense and to make sure that they could deter possible Russian aggression going forward.
Joining NATO places Finland under the alliance's Article 5, the collective defense pledge that an attack on one member shall be considered an attack against them all. This was the guarantee Finland decided they needed as they watched Putin purge Ukraine.
It is a great day for Finland, and I want to see that it is an important day for NATO too. Security and stability are those elements which we feel very strongly. And, well, we can all think that if people can live in secured, stable circumstances, that's the basic element of happy life. And you, I guess, know that Finns are very happy.
Welcoming Finland, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said that it was the Russian President Vladimir Putin that cited NATO expansion among his justifications for the Ukraine invasion, and now Finland has joined the bloc only because of Kremlin's war.
President Putin wanted to slam NATO's door shut. Today, we show the world that he failed. That aggression and intimidation do not work. Instead of less NATO, he has achieved the opposite, more NATO. And our door remains firmly open.
Now, the Nordic countries' membership doubles Russia's border with the world's biggest security alliance. It also represents a major change in Europe's security landscape. Finland adopted neutrality after its defeat by the Soviets in World War II, but alarmed by Moscow's invasion, Finland, which shares 1,340-kilometer border with Russia, applied to join NATO last May as it dropped decades-old non-alignment to come under the bloc's security umbrella. The accession has irked Moscow. On your screens, it's a map. It shows the border with Russia shared with NATO countries until yesterday. The next one is the latest one. You see how the border has increased, hitting Russia right where it hurts. Russia now shares roughly 2,500-kilometer border with NATO. The Kremlin has called Finland's NATO accession an assault on Russian security. Spokesperson Dmitry Peskov called it an aggravation of the situation, while in separate statement the Russian Foreign Ministry said that by joining NATO, Finland had lost its self-identity and any independence. While the Russians are not taking it well, the Finns are rather elated. Remember that in a survey conducted earlier, over 80% of the Finnish respondents were in favor of joining NATO.
Oikein positiivisia tunteita, että sitä on odotettu tosi pitkään ja viimein ollaan maalissa, että ihan huippua, että saatiin ratifiointi vihdoin myös Turkilta.
No totta kai tämä on varmaan niin kuin itsenäisyyden jälkeen suurin niin kuin yksittäinen niin kuin muutos ja et varmasti uusi aikakausi lähtee tästä.
Now, Finland's entry to the bloc falls on a historic day in itself. 74 years ago, on the 4th of April, the bloc's 12 founding members signed papers in Washington, D.C., forming the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Finland's arrival, nevertheless, remains a bittersweet moment for the alliance, as the hope had been for Sweden to come on board at the same time. While member nations welcomed Finland to the table, they called on Turkey to ratify Sweden's accession as well.
I say this because sometimes you get the feeling that in a way Sweden is left alone. No, Sweden is not left alone. Sweden is as close as it can come as a full-fledged member. and we continue to integrate Sweden, we will do even more, and then we will, of course, as soon as possible, also then finalize the formal membership process.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.